Mortal Kombat always steps up the graphics in each successive game, and Mortal Kombat 11 is no exception. The facial capture was at a level well above the previous games, so we want a stupid topic to praise these graphics with. But what could we discuss? The mass inflow of beards on characters in Mortal Kombat X that we spoke about last time has dwindled, with some characters reducing their facial hair or removing it entirely in MK11, so what other character aesthetic could we analyze?
You know, if there's one thing Mortal Kombat is known for, it's the beautiful eyes. I'm pretty sure that's why the ESRB rating system was actually originally made for Mortal Kombat.
And that's how it got its M rating?
Well, you know what M stands for, right? Magnificent eyes.
Huh, who would have guessed? There is a lot of eye-based violence in this game compared to previous Mortal Kombats, so the details in the eyes are worth commending, and that will be the subject of this video. We'll be judging these characters based on how beautiful their eyes are, along with how much their eyes tell a story about the character. I'm not sure how serious that last sentence was.
Oh, I got eyes, brother.
And joining me for some fun eye-based banter is my co-host, NegetiveX.
Alright, the banter. Oh god.
So let's make a spectacle of the top 10 prettiest eyes in Mortal Kombat 11. Number 10, Kano. I feel Kano would be ranked higher if both of his eyes were cybernetic, but it's his classic design, so you cannot change that. The non-cyborg eye is just a normal eye. It's fine, but nothing special, so there's not much commentary we can do on it.
If you add up how beautiful both of his eyes are and divide by 2, that's his average eye beauty, and it's not that much higher than most of the other characters.
But we have to give praise to the robo eye that makes Kano Kano, otherwise he would just be a guy who fights with knives and balls, and is still a ripper.
Over 50 and still a ripper.
Besides being pretty, the red eye itself may be the most useful eye on this list. In battle, it can fire lasers, and outside, it can analyze other technology. Wouldn't be surprised if it could see you naked too. Now, young Kano has the smooth, sleek metal plate around his eye, but older Kano has the extra designs on the plate to show how he's upgraded with the times. Guess that comes with being a ripper.
Still a ripper.
However, you gotta feel bad for his good eye, since when Sonya finally killed Kano, she shot him right in that eye instead of in any other vital location on his body.
That was the one eye I was supposed to keep alone.
Not cool, Sonya. His doctor specifically told him not to get bullets in his good eye. Well, at least she didn't harm the other parts of Kano's body that he likes to make jokes about.
Want to test Australia's best blood sausage?
I'd rather taste your blood, Kano.
Would you settle for me sausage?
Number 9, Garrus. Being some sort of immortal Sandman, he needs to have supernatural aspects to his appearance to convey that. Cue the eyes, which aren't just a pure electric blue, but they also glow with power. Blue is a soothing color, and Garrus is a soothing guy. Just check out his ASMR streams.
I, Garrus, am a fixed point in time. With every death and rebirth, I grow stronger.
Not only does Garrus have beautiful eyes, but his eye color also shines through various parts of his chest and stomach.
Or the source of his glowing could be from his heart crystal thing, and his eyes are actually transparent, making them a vessel for the light to shine out of. I guess that adds a level of mystery to him. Though what's not a mystery is these eyes are also great for staring at chains that are about to fall on you. Garrus, what are you doing? Get out of the way! You could just casually stroll and there we go. Well, that was embarrassing. Good thing nothing worse can come out of this.
Drowning cannot kill me, Raiden.
That is unfortunate for you. The sea of blood is bottomless. You will fall forever.
Huh. Well, at least the eyes properly expressed the thought of "I'm screwed" going through his head. And then Garrus contemplated his life choices for a while. Number 8, Noob Saibot. Noob and his Shadow Man buddy Saibot have white eyes, but the latter's eyes radiate to a point that could light the darkest parts of the Netherrealm.
Saibot's eyes are so bright they're considered light pollution.
What I like about Noob's eyes is they completely contrast everything else about his literal dark aesthetic. His skin and all his armor are pitch black, making his eyes the only bright thing about him. They're like the episode of Samurai Jack when he was wearing all white against a ninja who was wearing all black, and Jack was the only thing that stood out when they fought in the dark. Noob's eyes are really emphasized against the rest of his look, leading to his intimidation factor of being an unidentifiable ghost.
His eyes show the light of his inner soul.
Quite the philosophical analysis. The eyes are the not as evil Sub-Zero part of Bihan trying to shine through his otherwise corrupted soul.
You're the first Sub-Zero?
That name died with my body.
From what I've seen, it's never lived better.
Oh, well fine. Kuai Liang is the only Sub-Zero present then, and does Noob even need his eyes to see? He has this helmet that covers his eyes completely if he wants to go full stealth mode, so have his eyes just been aesthetic this whole time? I guess the Cybot part of him wins this round for never being afraid to show his eyes to the masses.
Noob Saibot wins.
Number 7, Kronika. The final boss needs to have high quality eyes, otherwise how could you be considered a great boss? Shinnok, get out of here with your average eyes. Shao Kahn, stay tuned for later on this list. Kronika's eyes gleam with her unspecified blue time energy. She's just full of this energy and I assume it's the source of her power. At the very least, it's annoyingly bright when you're trying to take a nap.
There are a lot of glowy eye characters in MK11, but hers are like the brightest and like the most piercing of the glowy eyes, I think.
The blue in the eyes makes a cool design, but in the end, it just seems to be her standard iris, so it may be interesting to us feeble mortals, but ornate eyes are probably typical for the lesser seen titans. I also like that she has gold eyeshadow on, the eyeshadow of winners, or maybe that's just what her eyelids are made out of because she's a god and doesn't have time to put on makeup every morning. Plus, the overall eye package enhances her super smug faces.
The eyes are the exclamation point to the FU that is her looks.
What does the FU stand for?
Forget you.
Oh, so she's a CeeLo Green fan. Seriously though, she's an expert at the smug expressions. How many times did she make that type of face throughout the story?
I've lost count.
Number 6, Frost. Her eyes are like Kano's in the sense that they are enhanced by technology, but she has 2 cybernetic eyes, so she has an advantage with the law of averages. They're almost like Kronika's with the blue, but they have tiny machine parts in them, making them light up and react to her surroundings. Plus, I think they can do more than just see her opponent based on how we've seen the perspective of the Cyberlin Kuei with Sub-Zero and MK9.
So what you're saying is her eyes, in addition to being beautiful, are practical in battle?
Well, actually, the eyes can just analyze the opponent and tell her about them. They cannot go on the offensive like Kano with his eye laser.
They're defensive eyes, and very disappointing eyes in that regard. Hey, this guy's gonna beat you. Eyes, have a little bit of faith in me, please.
Regardless, her eyes are elaborate enough to surely get your attention. Not that she ever needs help doing that.
Now do I have your attention, Raiden?
Number 5, Collector. Collector has an eye for many things. Treasure, fancy cloaks, getting in the way of plot-relevant fights, but he also has an eye for eyes because his eyes glow with the intensity of 1,000 blazes. When the shade of his hood collides with the shine of his eyes, it simply makes him look cool and mysterious. Red and orange is a great color combination, so it helps him make a good first impression for his premiere game, even though he's technically been around this whole time thanks to the power of retcons. The eye color helps emphasize his lust for valuables because he loves to stare at things he wants to collect. That's actually how he got his name.
Tell me that is not progress.
Now that's progress.
Each member of his species gets named after their job, with his being tax and tribute collection. So are the members of a species nameless before employment, or do they get an occupation based on their name, since the latter seems very unfortunate if your family has a surname composed of other nouns? I feel some of them complain about this hierarchy.
I totally get where they're coming from. I would hate it to be like, hey, you're the garbage man. It's like, no, actually, that's not my job. Thanks for trying, though.
Number 4, Liu Kang. I think he has the most sets of unique eyes in the game because of all of his different forms.
He has his Elder God eyes. He has his normal guy eyes. So that's like 2 sets of eyes.
You forgot the Revenant eyes, literally his default eyes in this game.
Oh, so that's 3. That's a complete set. The trifecta. The eye-fecta, if you will. This is the last video I was ever invited to.
I think it's the Fire God eyes that push him above the other human-looking characters with Revenant forms. All of them have their standard eyes and their evil red eyes, but Liu Kang adds Raiden's eyes to the mix and masters Raiden's eye shine in mere minutes. Also, he hones the god powers easily. I guess that's also important. But the best eye moment with Liu Kang is actually with his Revenant form. When he was doing that weird soul-stealing move on normal Liu Kang, he takes the soul right through his eyes. They just leak out of his tear ducts. Then when the Revenant is gaining power, his eyes light up green as if he's the eye dog when you start to play music. They really go well with his smug face. To top it off, when he's at max rage, his eyes light on fire. When you think about it, the Revenant has 3 types of eyes on his own. What do normal human Liu Kang's eyes have over all that?
They're beautiful baby browns. You could get lost in them.
Huh, good argument. I guess we can get rid of the Revenant.
You will have to kill me.
It will be done.
Fatality.
Number 3, Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn's eyes have always been unique, but they've never really been your main focus when you have to take down a guy with a Dolph Lundgren body and a skull on his head.
The wrestler guy with the cow skull on his head?
But his eyes then and now add to that intimidation factor, being a bright red, putting together a villain that compels you to hang out a sign telling everyone you defeated one of the baddest bosses in arcade history once you succeed. His eyes in MK11 still beam with that red anger, but with the graphics upgrade, they look better than ever.
You know, they say the eyes are the windows to the soul, and if that were true, you would think Shao Kahn would be a beautiful person, but he's not.
Don't you shame him for his looks.
I feel like I'm more personality shaming Shao Kahn.
Oh, that's okay then. Just like in MK9, the eyes clearly have a vertical line iris to resemble a more reptilian character, going with his more pronounced dragon attributes now, which look great. I feel like the dragon part of his character was always the plan, since unmasked Shao Kahn from the 90s comics had a rough head design that looks like it could be dragon-like. No pupils though. Alas, for a game that gave us so many close-up shots of Shao Kahn's dazzling eyes, when Kitana attempts to kill him, she directly slashes them. That was apparently the biggest threat about him.
They were too beautiful. That's why his soldiers followed them.
And to think I was just getting to know these eyes before Kitana gouged them out.
You know, I kind of like that they cut out his eyes, because the most beautiful things are ephemeral. You know, like water in a pond in the desert as it's drying up. It's just like Shao Kahn's eyes. Beautiful, but we know we're not going to have them for long, so we better enjoy them while we can.
Pathetic fool.
Number 2, Cetrion. I think having beautiful eyes is a necessity for becoming an Elder God, because those are some stylish eyes. That's actually why Shinnok was kicked from Elder God status. They realized his eyes were lackluster. Cetrion has stars in her eyes, and they change with the color of certain costumes. The glow of her pupils cannot be contained in each eyeball, so they spill out onto her cheeks in the form of bright spots. It's like her eyes turn her face into a disco floor.
Her eyes are just great.
Is that it? You're not gonna praise the eyes of Lord Cetrion more?
I said they were beautiful. What more do you want from me?
Nah, it's fine. Sometimes the greatest things in existence don't need much explanation, and Cetrion's eyes are the greatest thing since microwave pancakes.
Cetrion wins.
Earthrealm obeys.
Honorable mentions? Why not? That one zombie monk who accidentally got decapitated when the other dead monks were revived on Shang Tsung's island's ruins. He stared right at the screen when he realized he screwed up, showing his not-so-bad eyes. I feel bad for him that they were all waiting for this moment for 25 years and his body jumped ahead about 1 second too soon. Car on the boat guy. Yeah, they look pretty cool, and I like when he says land ho.
Land ho!
Karen knows one thing. Eyes and boats. I guess that's 2 things.
And a dishonorable mention to DVorah. What are you doing with those eyes? They're missing aspects of good eyes.
100%. Her eye is all pupil. What is that? They're just big and black, like they're sucking the soul right out of you.
I'm sure all these insults are caused by my pent-up aggression from her killing Melina. R.I.P.
You killed Melina? This is true. You must die!
Didn't she also kill Baraka? I mean, he got better, but, you know, still. We haven't forgotten about you, DVorah. You and your ugly-ass eyes.
Anyway, let's go to number 1. We felt the original man with the mysterious eyes in the series deserves to hold his title. Number 1, Raiden.
Now do I have your attention, Raiden?
No.
From the beginning, Raiden had those white electrified eyes, showing us his otherworldliness over us feeble mortals who just have normal eyeballs with normal irises. Though if you look at Raiden's theme Eternal Life from the official Mortal Kombat album, there's a line that says, "He's the Thunder Warrior, he's got no eyes." So technically, could he not be eligible for this list if he has no eyes at all? This is official media and had the bop known as Techno Syndrome, the Mortal Kombat theme.
And the greatest greatest pop song of all time, or the greatest techno song of all time. Just the greatest song ever made. Move over, Grammys.
The original design helps show off that his electrical strength is so strong that the power comes out of his empty eye sockets, otherwise the lightning would probably come out of other orifices on his body. However, MK11 evolves them to just have the irises full of electricity, which still works well. From a distance, you can just see the lit up irises of his eyes, making him feel mysterious and larger than life, and up close, they look pretty cool. You even get a choice of red or blue.
Raiden's eyes are kind of like a mood ring, except it's like a morality ring. Red when he's evil, blue when he's good.
I think there were a few other colors in that one montage. Ooh, what color do they turn when he's hungry?
Pretty sure that's yellow. It doesn't come up much in the story. He's a notorious snacker.
May we all be so fortunate.
And I'll give a shout out to Mortal Raiden's eyes, which were unexpectedly uncanny. I guess they're pretty. At least he got to use those eyes to look at his superior ones on Liu Kang.
Secretly he's thinking to himself, I just sacrificed the most beautiful eyes in the world for you, and you're not even gonna give me anything back? Rude.
And to make it sting even more, Liu Kang leaves Raiden alone in the dinosaur age to be with Katana, unless you got the secondary ending where Raiden is your prize.
Listen, that's why I lost a round, because I really wanted to be with Raiden forever. Wasn't because of my lack of skill at all. No sir. No sirree Bob. Who throws a dinosaur?
So with all that, Raiden's eyes get top spot on this list, though they could not prevent his dark side from being criminally underutilized in the story mode. Not even consulting with the Elder Gods can save you there.
By the Elder Gods.
Now do I have your attention, Raiden?
No. Thank you.
So what did you think? Agree? Disagree? No opinion because no one thinks about these things besides two random guys on the internet? Let's just talk about anything Mortal Kombat in the comments section. Anyway, thank you all for watching and we will see you in the next video.